Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-Second Gaming, and in today's video we are going to be talking about how to finish the split off strong. Because as the time of me recording this video, there are 8 days left in the split, and a lot of people want to finish their grind on a high note, reaching potentially a new peak rank or other things like that. So don't worry, today I've got you covered. But just quickly, if you guys are really looking to step your Apex game up to the next level, then you have to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there, we have top level coaches creating the best, most highly informative guides to make you the best player you can possibly be. Seriously, we have hundreds of guides already on the site that cover legend guides, gun guides, VOD reviews, and much more. No matter what kind of situation you find yourself in, we have solutions for you, so click the link in the description, pick yourself up a membership, and start to improve today. But okay, with that covered, let's hop back into things. And yes, finishing off the season strong can be a little bit daunting because this is when people really start to throw things to the wind and they just kind of play how they want to play instead of playing, kind of in quotation marks, smart. Some people have lost the drive, some people have lost motivation, some people have lost ambition, and now they're just kind of playing to play ranked because they don't want to play pubs. But that is not you, so let's move into tip number 1, and that is to stay motivated. Having a goal in mind is one of the biggest things when it comes to staying motivated in Apex. And it doesn't even have to be a monumental goal. It can be something that you set your sights on for the long run, like, hey, I want to reach Predator within 3 seasons. But it can also be something that motivates you day to day. It can be something small, like whenever you get on to start your play session, say to yourself, hey, I want to do a 1 division today. I want to rank up 1 division. So I want to go from Plat 3 to Plat 2 or something like that. And then you can motivate yourself on a daily basis to hit new goals. And when you have that motivation, it's going to be easier to keep your sights set on certain aspirations that you have. One thing that really holds a lot of people back towards the end of the season is they lose sight of their goals. They kind of forget things like this. They lose the motivation and then they just play ranked because it's what they want to play and they don't really have a goal in mind, so they don't really do the most ideal things. This is going to be especially hard for these solo queuers out there because sometimes the solo queue environment is not the best, and towards the end of the season it's even worse. So, my heart goes out to all you solo queuers out there. But that's moving directly into tip number 2, and that is to start to set yourself up for the next split by finding a team. Bottom line, guys, Apex is a team game. You're in a trio stack. You have to have team coordination in order to win as well. And by solo queuing, you are actively just shooting yourself in the foot and putting yourself at a disadvantage because you're going up against teams that have communication, they have that synergy, they have that chemistry, and you don't with randoms. Is it possible to solo queue and to still hit high ranks? Yes, it is possible. I myself have solo queued to masters multiple times, but you should always be putting yourself in the best situations possible, and going into a game solo queue that requires a ton of team coordination is not the best thing for your climbs and also not the best thing for your mental health. And I know some people say, well, I've tried and I can't find a team, but there are multiple different avenues that you can go down to possibly find people to play with. There are multiple discords out there, including the GameLeap discord, that have people looking for someone to play with every single day. You can also potentially find people on Twitter. You can also potentially find some people in the comment section of this video. But one that a lot of people actively overlook all the time is finding people through the game. Whenever you are solo queuing, if there's one person or maybe even 2 people that you actively mesh well with, and maybe you win a game and you want to continue to play with them, just say to them, hey, do you guys want to run it back? That is actually how I found my first team to play with. When I was back in season 2 solo queuing ranked, I ran into a guy, we did really well, we won that game, and actually one of the viewers from my Twitch stream hopped over to his Twitch stream and said, hey, you guys should play, because I mentioned that I would like to play with him again, but I didn't get time to say it in game because he left too quickly. He said he would be down, we started playing, we worked really well together, we hit Predator that season, and then we actually started to play competitively in scrims and ALGS as well together. So I am proof that it is possible to find people to play with in the game, and you guys definitely need to try it out for yourselves if you haven't yet, because it does work. But now we can move into tip number 3, and that is to just let everyone else do the dirty work. Now, as I mentioned before, towards the end of the season, people just kind of throw caution to the wind and they don't really pay attention to a lot of these smaller details, and that leads them to die a lot more often in games. especially a lot earlier in the game. So what I mean by let other people do the dirty work is just let everyone else throw themselves at fights. You do not have to. Remember, you still have a goal in mind. You are still trying to hit a new peak rank. You're still trying to climb. Let the people that have lost that motivation, that don't really care about the game, let them throw themselves a fight. Let them third party, fourth party, fifth party, and just take out squad after squad after squad while you get easy participation points by just, doing what you were normally doing and rotating to zone. If you are actually able to get a solid zone style play going, you can get so many easy points because people don't really pay attention to the teams in zone because they just want to go fight. They're going to hear the few gunshots that are going on and just actively run towards them because that's all they want to do right now. And actually, this is one of my personal favorite times to climb because you can squeak out so many high point games just by sitting around and doing something that you would normally do by playing zone. Don't fall into the same trap that everybody else falls into. Rotate to zone, play smart, let the teams die off in the early game, and then towards the end game, you can get your own KP by just killing people to win the game. Remember, there is kind of a soft KP cap that you start to get reductions on if you go over it. So not getting the most amount of kills isn't the worst thing in the world because you do start to get reduced points from it, so it does help a little bit, but if you don't hit that cap, it's not the worst thing in the world. And the last thing I want to talk about, guys, here is take a deep breath. Towards the end of the season, this is where things can kind of get a little squirrely as well because a lot of cheaters are out and about trying to do their last minute boostings. It is a sad reality of the gaming world that some people, instead of trying to actively get better themselves, they just pay for boostings and cheaters get them to high ranks so that they can show that off. It is inevitable. You are going to run into these cheater groups. You're going to run into people walling. You're going to run into people aimbotting. You're going to run into these boosters that are doing this for money. It is unavoidable, so it's not worth getting upset or angry about because it's just part of the game at this point. Yes, I know Respawn is actively working against it. Some say they're doing a good job, some say they aren't. That's a topic for a different video. But no matter your stance on the cheater situation, it is a part of the game and you're going to run into them. So instead of having the natural reaction of getting angry, getting upset because they're actively taking away gains from you, just take a deep breath, maybe reset for 5 minutes. Don't let it get to your head because it's just going to make you play tilted, and when you play tilted, you make stupid decisions that you normally wouldn't make. That'll make you lose more RP, that'll make you make even worse decisions, and it's just a nasty cycle that you do not want to get into. So whenever you run into a cheater, take a deep breath, calm your squad down, calm yourself down, make sure that everybody knows that it's not that big of a deal, and just go next. Also, I do want to point out, do make sure to report cheaters because a lot of people seem to think that the report feature in the game doesn't do anything, but I have actually personally talked to hideouts about this, and the report feature does send it into Respawn, so please report cheaters whenever you do see them. I don't know where people got the notion that the report feature doesn't do anything, but yeah, it does, so hit the report button. But let me know your favorite end of season tip in the comments down below, and if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.